Yo, yo, welcome to AB3 Anime. You guys know how this is. I'm gonna start the stream, and we gonna wait a second, then we gonna get into stuff. Of course, we have to make sure the stream is working. Stream is good. Stream is good. Yo, I know these 11 o'clock streams are late, but it's the best time. It's like the only time we can get a lot of people. I know there's a lot of things going on out there. It's a lot of winter storms. The West Coast is on fire, unfortunately. So if you can't make the stream, hopefully everything's okay with you. Hope all is well with everyone. And shout out to all the LA subscribers on this channel. Hope you guys are all okay. Shout out to Ro. I hope you're doing all right. I don't know where in LA you live. I just know there's a lot going on out there. I hope everything's good. But you guys know how this works. Stream just started. We're going to do some Anime Expo questions, and then we're going to get into the basis of what actually is Anime Expo and what happens there and why it's such a big deal. Because a lot of people don't understand why so many people put in so much effort to go to this convention. So we'll kind of talk about that just a little bit, but first things first, we gotta answer the questions people have for the convention. So let's see, let's see. So I wonder, let's see how many questions there are. Since then, I guess there's only about five, 4 or 5. So it's not many to go over question wise. Um, but we're gonna do a little bit of research too. We're gonna try to figure out this whole LA Convention Center thing and figure out exactly how much of that is not gonna happen. So we're going to see what's going on with that as well. But let's get into something simple. First time going questions. Getting ready to go, getting ready to possibly go to Anime Expo in Washington. I'm wondering if autographs are free or not. What's the parking situation? Do we pay for parking? Is it covered with the tickets? Also, do they have mobility scooter rental since it's at the fairgrounds? Oh, this isn't Anime Expo LA. This is Anime Expo in Washington. To answer your question, I have no idea, my friend. Um, I don't even know what this is. But you know me, we ain't never shied away from no questions. I don't see an Anime Expo. Hold up. I see Anime Washington, but I don't see that at all. So, unfortunately, I can't answer that. Is this in Washington? Maybe someone else got the comment. If this is for a regular Anime Expo, some of the sentence doesn't make sense. Anime Expo is not at the fairgrounds. Anime Expo is at the LA Convention Center. Um, autographs, some autographs are free, some autographs you pay for. A lot of English voice actors you pay for the autographs, some of the Japanese you don't. Um, so it all depends on the artist itself, and it all depends on the voice actor. What's the parking situation? Parking is not included in any Anime Expo ticket. That does not count. You still have to pay parking. Parking at the convention center, if I'm not mistaken, is about $30 a day. So there is cheaper parking elsewhere, but at the convention center, it's $30 a day. So just a heads up. That's how much parking is. Mobility scooter. ADA is an option at Anime Expo. So I personally don't know where you would rent a scooter from, but I do know that ADA is a normal occurrence at Anime Expo. So they do have options. I would email them and figure that out, but I don't know the answer to that last part. And again, this is not at the fairgrounds, it is at the convention center in the middle of downtown LA. Anime Expo isn't worth it this year. I've been to a handful of cons, Galaxy Con, Fan Expo, Vancouver. I'm thinking of going to Anime Expo this year. However, with the Olympics and fires, not sure it's a good idea. I was going to fly out, fly third and fourth, but wanted to hear opinions before I get my tickets first. So, this is a very interesting question, and it's kind of what we're going to somewhat get into in a little bit in the video. Um, my impression so far is downtown LA hasn't been farmed by the fires, but many of the outskirt areas have been devastated by these fires. So I can't speak to the people in that area or how they're handling things or what's going on directly there. I don't know enough about it to talk about it. Um, as for the Olympics, I'm gonna pull up the Olympic thing in a second so we can go into it because they have made adjustments. Someone did leak last that Anime Expo has messaged them. Um, here. So this person was a vendor. So they've told exhibitors that half of the space or a quarter or something like that has been taken away from one area and they're being moved into the area with the artist downstairs. So there's limited space available in the actual exhibit hall because they're cutting some of that space away and they're moving the rest of them to the artist alley, which is also why the artist space has been reduced as well this year. And why it went from a system where if you've been to Anime Expo before as an artist, you automatically could just roll over and try to get back in. Or it made it a little easier to get back in. This year it's a full blown lottery system because they cut back in that space. So they're going to take, here it is. So they're reducing 20% of the right side of the building. They're going to remove those people and move them to the Canetta Hall where the artists are, um, which actually limits the amount of artists because now you have more exhibitors down in that area as well. So, spacing wise, I kind of get what you're saying. It's going to be a lot different. I'm going to say, personally, I think it's still worth it because I know they're still going to do their best to put on an amazing con. A lot of their major panels are now held at the JW Marriott. So all the big premieres and all the big panels that we all love so much and we all enjoy so much, I don't think those will be affected because they're not in the convention center anymore. They're actually in the JW Marriott now. It will be a little harder to move around in the convention center, I would assume, because of the reduced space. I would think personally that the exhibit hall being reduced upstairs is definitely going to limit some people. And I do think the artist alley will be filled with more people because now some of the exhibitors are down there as well. So, spacing wise, I think they're going to have to make an adjustment. I don't know for sure what Anime Expo is going to do, but if I had to guess, if they're saying that they're adjusting for 20% less space, I would say they're probably going to adjust their ticket count to a little lower. So don't be surprised this year if you see Anime Expo tickets sell out quicker because they may have lowered the amount of attendees allowed to come. I think for safety reasons as well. Like you guys got to understand, you people always say that Anime Expo should cap their tickets. Anime Expo tickets are capped because the building will only allow X amount of people inside, and they cap their tickets at whatever the maximum occupancy they're allowed to have is. With the building being reduced by 20% in a certain area, Anime Expo is also going to have to reduce the amount of people they're allowed to have in the building at one time. So they're going to make an adjustment because of that. Do I think it'll still be worth it this year? Yes. Do I think this is going to shy some people away from the con this year? Yes, very much so. But they always have something that try like Lions have always shied people away from the con. People have said for years, I'm not going back. It's too overcrowded. They still sell out every year. They're still going to sell out this year, regardless of if the space has been cut, because there's too much that the con offers. That's kind of what we were going to go over and part of this stream this week is like there's too much that the con offers to actually say no. I will say this though. I was going to fly out and go July 3rd and 4th. So these are arguably the two busiest days of the con, minus Saturday. Saturday might be a little bit busier than Thursday, but I'm not sure. So July 3rd by far will be the busiest day on the con. Like it is not even close. Anime Expo's days, I know what days we're flying out, but I know their days I think are the 3rd through the 7th, 3rd through the 6th. Okay, so the 3rd is going to be the busiest day. The 3rd is the day that there will be tons of people lined up to go inside. There will be tons of lines to go everywhere. People are looking at merch for the first time. It's going to be a busy day. If you're going to pick 2 days, I would, me personally, if I'm only going 2 days, I would go Friday, Saturday. I wouldn't go to 3rd. I would go to 4th and 5th, unless there's just something exclusive that you're just trying to get to. But again, if you're gonna go 2 days, buy the 3 day pass and save yourself some money. I mean, buy the 4 day pass because Anime Expo is 4 days. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you're gonna go, save yourself some money. Buy the big pass. Close Reddit by mistake, so we gotta go back. I am interested to react to some of the people's statements to this question, though. Let's see what everybody else has to say about this because I'm not surprised. Do you think the fires were burned for 6 months? Olympics won't be held here until 2028. Only concern I have for someone traveling from out of state would be apparently some of the LA convention center will be on construction, so the crowds may seem even more overwhelming than usual for a first timer. Very true. This is a good statement to make because while Anime Expo was fluent, like everything was smooth this year, I would think that next year with the spacing come down, if they don't take away some attendees, that the spacing will be a little tighter. And for someone, if this is your first anime expo, it is going to feel a bit overwhelming. It is already a super massive convention, so it might feel a little overwhelming. AX is the anime equivalent San Diego Comic Con. If you like anime, you'll like it as opposed to more general Comic Con vibe of Galaxy Con and Fan Expo. I will say AX has better cosplay those general cons, niche or not. Attended and worked all three shows slash organizations. I can't argue that. Anime Expo is literally the San Diego Comic Con of anime. There's no way to describe it. Premieres, announcements, cosplay, autographs, the actors you can meet, everything that you would get at a Comic Con, you get at Anime Expo. So yeah, well, just keep in mind that the vendor space is supposedly going to be reduced this year since they're going to start the construction in preparation for the Olympics, and if they don't reduce the number of tickets sold or better use outside hotel spaces for events, then it will be even more crowded than in the past. I think AX is worth attending at least once, but just keep in mind what the type of experience you want. The current fires out here won't be any issue by then, and the Olympics aren't happening, but it will impact the construction of the convention, so we will have to see how they organize the space to account for that. I agree with that. They're gonna have to reduce the space. Like they're gonna have to reduce. They're gonna have to make some kind of adjustment. You either reduce the amount of people attending, or you adjust it by, let's say, you use the JW Marriott and you use the residence. or one of these other massive hotels next to it to offset some things, possibly. You use some stuff in LA Live. I don't know. But the construction is what everyone's wondering. I mean, everyone's worried about the construction, but they're reducing the exhibit hall space. That should be the only space that we're messing with. Someone mentioned on a previous posting that the vendor space will be reduced by 20%. I've also heard they're doing a lottery, so for artists, they may be taking changes to account for the smaller face. Even though they made Arliss' alley space wider this year, there were still a lot of attendees, so spaces get busy and cramped. Last year they did move autographs to the hotel, so it freed up space. If there's a series, there might be popular panel. Uh, Again, it's the same thing, dude. Like everyone's pretty much saying the same thing. Hey, this is going to be a little different. Space will be adjusted, but you kind of got to account for it. And construction in downtown LA should it's probably going to affect some people's like travel time. Like if you're taking Uber, Lyft, or something, you got to get down the way. You kind of got to account for that now too. There was a 3-day gaming convention that continued to run this weekend at the LA Convention Center. AX will be fine. ALA was this weekend. I forgot ALA was this weekend, and the fire didn't affect that stuff at all. Um, I'd go. I'd still say you should go. I do think that things will be slightly different. Um, I think they're smart enough that they've already planned for this. They've already gotten hold of some of those adjustments they're going to have to make. The one experience that ruined your con. It's a 3-day anime. Los Angeles, day one was unbelievable sick on the verge of throwing up. Well, it's crafting. Wow, the one experience that ruined your con. Huh. It's crazy. I don't really have too many of those. Walking to let's see, we walked all the way to the Westin one night from the residence. That is a far walk. So that was a long night. That's all I'll say. Bidmore Hotel. I just booked a room from their website, fully refundable for 240 a night. Looking at AX 2024 it seems like a shuttle stop and an okay price for a shell net, but the reviews are very mixed. I might try to still go somewhere than walking this in the hotel block. This is new for me. Doesn't seem okay. It's a little cheaper on Expedia, but third parties make me nervous. It's not a bad booking price. Honestly, 240 at the Biltmore is not bad. A lot of people don't like this hotel. Grizzly got a room with them for EX last year, and the rainy hotels a room block. Ended up regretting it. Was given the wrong room, and they said just take it. When I was given, room itself looked like ancient cheap furniture. It's old. It's like that classic luxury feel. Yo, y'all got to remember, this hotel and the Ritz are like they're old school, gaudy luxury. So like they ain't as updated as some of these other hotels. Got a room hotel if you minute walk away from the con. Okay, so East Central had to look it up because I remember the room looked brand new. It was night for room here downtown. I was dead tired at the end of each day. Also helped that my AirPod Max was with me. Yeah, people don't like Fillmore is not want to be one of those. Okay, always sounds like a better. Which hotel is generally available longer with the block? I'm assuming that JW Marriott fills up completely. Your assumption is 100% correct. Normally, the Intercontinental stays open for a bit. Millennium are both really good. Yeah, the JW just disappears, bro. That's just real. It just goes. Um, I don't think there's too many more Reddit things. I think there's like maybe two. 4-day pass sale now. This would be my first time going to AX, and I'm worried about the 4-day pass sale now since I won't be able to get one right away. What does it take to sell out? AX passes usually don't sell out till like June. Um, and even then, it's like iffy if they sell out at the beginning of June. Sometimes it just sells out a couple days before the con. If they reduce ticket numbers this year, though, I'd pay attention to May being then. I would be more worried if I was you about booking my hotel room. You have to have a registration number to book a hotel room. The ticket registration number you can't get until you purchase a ticket. So I'd be worried about the hotel. Getting a ticket is not that hard later in the year. But the problem with not having a ticket now is it's going to be really hard to get a hotel room. Um, so it takes a while, but I'd be more worried about the hotel than the ticket. Oh, that's the masquerade copyright thing. All right, so we all caught up. That's not much at all. Let's check this real quick. Doesn't look like they've made any major announcements. Industry badge applications are open. I did that once. I probably won't do it again this year. I tried to apply for it. It didn't work out. So I'm not worried about it right now. Now, let's see if we can show you guys why people go to Anime Expo. You're gonna try to find a full con walkthrough. That's what we're looking for. We need a full walkthrough video. Why? Because we can break this down. Full walkthroughs are usually pretty easy. They are longer videos, but we're able to see. Let's see. Okay, so they walked pretty the whole time. So first of all, we're gonna adjust the sound. I want to hear the mic come back. Desktop audio's up. All right, we're going to break down Anime Expo for you people who ain't never been there and why. First of all, let's make a statement very clear. This is not the first day of the con. This is by far the second, third, fourth day of the con because you see how easy my man is approaching this. He's approaching that area like super easy. Day one, ain't no way you walking straight up like this slow, no problem. This is definitely day two or three. We're doing a full walkthrough for you guys right now. Kind of break down the con for you. Now, this area is as soon as you walk into the big main entrance of Anime Expo. This is the main cosplay photo area. This is where everyone takes photos. This is where everyone just kind of hangs out and gets photos of their favorite cosplayers. Make sure you ask for cosplay photos. But that's kind of what this area is. This is literally where everyone hangs out for cosplay photos. Peep the cosplays in the background. You see these designs? This is the type of stuff you get at this con. As you guys can see, the convention center is completely animated out. It's not just the convention center, it's all of downtown LA. The hotel sides are animated out, the bus stops, all this stuff is just anime everywhere. Sign for LA Anime Expo Lite. Anime Expo Lite, if you guys don't know what it is a streaming service you can watch during the convention. If you can't attend Anime Expo, Lite is somewhere where you can watch see some voice actors and stuff like that too. So my man chose violence. He is beginning his walkthrough at the exhibit hall. Now, they don't check your badge at the exhibit hall door because you can't even enter the building. So a lot of anime conventions, you can kind of get into, you can move around, but you can't go into the rooms unless you show them your badge. Anime Expo has it set up so that now you can't even go into the building without tapping your ticket to get in. So once you're in, you're pretty much in the building without a problem. So this is last year's setup. I don't think you guys understand the quality of stuff you get at this convention. There's side games. There's Bushido Road. Um, Bandai Presto was just over there. These are everyone has a booth at this convention. It's like super major con. So big setups. The only thing I will say about the exhibit hall this year was I felt like this exhibit hall in particular went so big on displays, there were less products. It was such a big display area. There were so many less products to actually purchase. And that's not a bad thing. It's just how I felt about it. Oh, the Nasha booth. Bro, I looked for a blue lock hoodie for my son that whole con. I could not find a blue lock hoodie. T-shirts, yes. Hoodie, no. As you guys can see, Shangri-La Frontier, Fairy Tale 100-Year Quest in the background. This is also where they premiered so many animes. So like a lot of the booths are for panels that were premiering that anime at the con too, or announcing a new season of the con. Now, you guys just watched Dan to Dan. This was premiering at the Expo. They premiered the episode for this. I had to literally choose between this and the solo leveling panel, and I went to solo leveling. This was premiering that day at Anime Expo, but they didn't drop the anime till October. So at this con, got to see first episode or two in July. Understand if you do buy a sword or something at Anime Expo, you have to exit the building immediately and take it somewhere. So if you're staying at a far hotel and you decide that you want to buy a sword, you have to take that sword. If you ain't got no car, you got to go back to that hotel and then you can come back. But you can't. You have to immediately exit the if you buy a sword. Dope figures though. So there were a lot of figures. I'm not a figure collector. Okay, I only got two right here, and that's it. And they were both gifts. I didn't buy them. I love both of them though, but I I just don't buy figures. I'm like, I like to wear my anime stuff. Godzilla, Gundam stuff. Yeah, the Gundam Breaker set was there. As you guys can see, some of these, you see that line? That lets you know how busy that booth is. That the line zigzags like that. Some booths gives away exclusives at this convention. That's why one, the exhibit hall is so packed. If you are a collector, you go to Anime Expo to expand your collection. I'm not a collector like that, so I don't ever get stuck in these types of lines. for people who are die-hard figure collectors and stuff like that. This, yeah, that's why people rush. Now, certain booths do what this guy's doing on the side right here. I'm pointing, and I don't know if you guys can see it. This right here, they'll put the products they have on the board so that you want when you get up there. If a product sells out, they'll usually put red tape over it or pull it down. So you always kind of know what's in the booth. Giant Luffy. I cannot tell you how many people stopped and just took pictures while everyone is walking through this area, fam. All right? I'm not joking. So many people would just stop and take pictures at Giant Luffy. I, I bet you turn and there's like 20 people below him trying to take a picture. Yeah, look, told you, bro. 20 people right here, blocking everyone's walking path, trying to take a picture of Giant Luffy. No hate, just, you know, trying to get through the con. There's a booth over here that we went by 3 times before somebody ended up buying something. Ah, I know you guys see that. I know you guys see that. That's some more adult entertainment. You can't just buy stuff at booths like that. Yes, that is a giant blown up something. I don't know what that was, but it is gigantic. I can't remember if it was a spider or what, but it was just there. As you guys see, the Sega booth, the Atlas booth, there were tons of major panels here. Giant Luffy goes so hard. Shout out to Jesus. What up, man? I don't know if Jesus going to the con or not. We tried to get Jesus to go. We'll see. Giant Luffy was causing traffic jams, fam. Gaming area. I think we're probably pretty close to the Crunchyroll booth at this point too. So every morning of the con, yeah, it's back there. There's a Crunchyroll logo. So every morning of the convention, Crunchyroll was giving out free bags. Like just big bags that you could wear on your back. Um, so there was a line at the beginning of every morning to go cop one of these Crunchyroll bags. Me personally, yes, I got in line to get a Crunchyroll bag. I think I got actually a bunch of JoJo figures. If you know me, you know I ain't really into that JoJo life, but I respect you guys who are into it. It just ain't for me. Now the Crunchyroll booth was dope. I think they had a Cowboy Bebop Logic collaboration drop during this convention as well. So there's tons of figures you can buy. There was also like swag bags where you could just buy a $40 blind bag and it had a bunch of stuff inside of it. Hello, this will be my first time going. Anime Expo, came across your videos. I'm from the East Coast as well. What up, man? East Coast in here, you know. Take your time, plan it out. Get your ticket next week, book your hotel. If you're like us, you're on the East Coast, it is very crucial, fam. Get your ticket, book your hotel so that that is out of your mind and you ain't got to worry about. Also, because we're flying all the way across the country, the more centralized you can be, less Ubers you got to take. It's food everywhere too, so it ain't like you can Uber Eats anything. You can walk to food places too, but like you can Uber Eats anything and there's food trucks everywhere. So just try to book your room and get yourself centralized. I didn't even realize. Okay, so this is how big this convention is. I didn't realize this is a Jujutsu Kaisen booth. We walked by it. I just thought it was some bullshit fact. I did. I didn't realize it was that. Absolutely, man. Yeah, Drew. Hey, bro, telling you at 12 o'clock. So it says on their website tickets gonna sell at 12 o'clock. That's 12 o'clock Pacific. So that's 3 p.m. our time. So at 3 p.m., cop your ticket. After that, at 4 p.m., cop your room. Not 401, not 405, 4 p.m. Be there to cop your room. All that joint will be gone. I'm not even playing. So we passed this 95 times and I didn't even realize this was a JJK booth. That's crazy. So I completely missed this the whole time we were there. But it's like that. It's such a big convention. Finneran, get that out the way. Oh, there's a big wrestling ring in the back of this bitch too. I forgot about that. Nah, I got a homie that would kill for that Luffy Ace figure. The Kaido figure goes hard too. A lot of these One Piece figures are crazy. Hmm. Appreciate you guys talking in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. We stood in line to go to this solo leveling thing, and it was not what you thought it was. It was okay, but it wasn't like that. Now, this little swag station back here, you see this line? This is a line of people. Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. We'll double back real quick. We're gonna double back 2 seconds. All right, here we go, here we go. The bag my man is wearing on his back. I tell you guys all the time, you don't have to bring a backpack. I appreciate you too, man. Any questions, comments, concern? Yo, bro, just throw it in there. We'll answer any questions you got. All right. So you see the bag my man is wearing, the Kona Super bag. These were free, fam. This little swag station right here, they gave out 1,000 of those every morning. I didn't stutter. They gave out 1,000 of these bags every morning for free. This bag, free. This bag, free. It's like this bag free. Dude, why would you bring a bag for what? You can get so many bags for no reason. I had so many bags last con, I had to put them bitches in storage, fam. I got one of these filled with bags that I got for free. Now the Goku Jiren thing they've brung a couple times. It's still cool, but it was definitely a repeat. But we're doing a full walkthrough. I'm trying to show you guys why people love Anime Expo, no matter what your local con looks like. And your local con is dope. I'm not hating on anybody's local conventions. I work local conventions, so I'm not hating on them at all. But dude, this is one room. This is just the exhibit hall. This isn't anywhere near the rest of the con. This is just the upstairs exhibit hall. Like it's a lot. This is why some people say it's overwhelming the first time you go, is because there's so much stuff. There's just so much stuff here. But The biggest complaint everyone had for the con last year was as dope as this looks because it looks amazing. These displays, the castle, everything looks amazing. But it took up so much space that it took a lot of the exhibitors that you would normally see out. There were so many exhibitors who weren't in the room because the displays took up so much space. And ain't no hate, I hope they come back looking like this. It's an amazing setup. The Infinity Castle arc. So, check this out. This movie is supposed to drop summer 2025. Chainsaw Man, supposedly their movie is also dropping somewhere in the summer to fall 2025. There's a very good chance that these two movies may premiere at this convention, or that one of them may be shown at this convention. Anime Expo is known for having those premieres. Two of the My Hero movies premiered at Anime Expo. The Tokyo Ghoul movie premiered at Anime Expo. This is the type of things that happen here. So there's a really good chance that some of these things premiere while we're there. I'm not mad at those figures. Crazy thing about being on live stream is when you see something, you have to like check it at that moment. Huh. Apparently, AB3 Anime is going to be the Anime Town Greenville next. Dope, dope. Apparently, we just got the confirmation while you guys were sitting here. Hey, hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. All good. Just gotta holler at Eric later. Anyway, back to the video. Naruto stuff. Toho animation in the background. Bro, you realize my man's been walking for 15 minutes. He is literally just in the exhibit hall. He ain't even searching no booths. He's just walking. That's how big it is. I don't think you guys understand what I mean by they just give you stuff either. Look at my man right here. His whole job is to really hand out stuff for free. That's it. It's his whole job. It's to hand out stuff for free. Shout out to the dude who made this video, by the way. Let's make sure we give credit to credit. Conquest. Shout out to Conquest, man. Subscribe to Conquest. Like his video. Thank you for letting me use the video, bro. We appreciate it. But I'm just saying, look at this setup. Also, if you guys would like to get into this YouTube world, I am looking for someone to do search engine optimization for us. Okay, we can talk fees and stuff later, but right now, just looking for someone who's trying to go on this journey with us as we build on YouTube. These figures are crazy. I don't even collect figures. I would never buy these things, but they're crazy. We're gonna go ahead and fast forward through the figures though. Now, lady's crazy. Nothing but the female anime characters. Sailor Moon booth, Toho Animation, how long are we in the exhibit hall? Okay. Entertainment hall. Canada hall. Okay. Just trying to figure out where my man was at in the con so I can kind of show you guys different things. So while these are cool, these setups will not be used again. Anime Expo does not. They don't run the same figures and setups the next year. This is all set up completely different. But I hope you guys are understanding the just sheer size of how much stuff is here. That animation does make sense now. Spy X Family and JJK being done by the same studio, that completely makes sense. PC gaming, stuff like that. Yo, there's a booth giving away one free raffle ticket, a full gaming PC at one of the tables too last year. Hunter X Hunter car, clean. As you guys can see too with the spacing. So if you're a cosplayer who wants to do like a big cosplay, as you can see, like walking around, there's not a lot of big cosplays in that area. Like a lot of the big cosplayers stay in the photo area. They'll get their photos done and stuff, and then they'll move. They'll change to a smaller cosplay to walk around the convention center because it's so packed. What my man score? What's his score? You gonna show my man score? Wait for it. Wait for it. Two, three. Okay, five. Seven is pretty good actually. Your boy just went to the gym today, by the way. Chest day. Gotta drop some weight before this con. I ain't bullshitting either. I gotta drop a lot of weight. Let's see. printing the designs there on spot is crazy. But even me, there are booths that I miss, and I walk the exhibit hall probably every day of the con, and I still miss stuff. Except Sunday. We didn't stay for Sunday. We actually flew back that morning. This year I'm not doing that. I am staying all 4 days. We're flying back Monday instead of flying back Sunday. Blue Lock area. While season one was so good, a lot of people weren't feeling season two the same way. But it's still good. Still good, but a lot of people didn't like season two the same. But just look at the Gundam Breaker, Bandai. Like this is the type of stuff you see at the exhibit hall. I'm a small exhibitor. Small, very small. I would never in my life try to apply to be in there with those people. It's a different level. Like every one of these booths manufactures their stuff themselves. That's the biggest difference. Is like when you go to any other convention for the most part, those booths are genuinely third party sellers. Like myself, resellers, we get the products, we resell them, we do all this stuff. This is the company that manufactures this stuff. These are Bandai figures that Bandai is selling. So it's a different level of enthusiasm to buy a lot of these figures. I ain't into building Gundams, but I do appreciate them. It's late here. I know on the West Coast it is just turning 9 o'clock, but here it's turning midnight, so it's pretty late here. Ooh, classic. Jesus loves building Gundams, so shout out to Jesus. That's his kind of thing. It ain't my thing, but I know he loves building Gundams. Um, Sparkling Zero was announced here. People got to play it months before the game actually released. Um, so it's just to show you guys like such a big scale. Like even now, my man has 30 minutes left of just vendor stuff. You feel me? Like just full walkthrough of vendor hall things. But the vendor hall is so big that we might actually speed up the play speed. We're gonna double up the speed. Not that my man's doing a bad job, but it's just the vendor hall is so big, it would take literally it takes another 20-ish minutes to go through. So we'll speed this up a little bit. Bunny figure girls, that's dope. Oh, that's giving me a headache. Maybe we'll slow it down just a little bit. It's a little fast. It's a little late. It's a little fast. Let's do 125. We can expedite just a little bit. That's 2 times might have been too much for right now. So it looks like he looped back around some of this. So we're gonna skip forward just a little bit. It looks like he's about to start going into other things. So that's what we want to get to. I don't want to just like show you guys a repeat of the same areas. JJK figures. So many people in line to buy things. And so many people want to just play a game. All right, now he's getting more away from a lot of the display stuff somewhat and showing you guys some of the other like vendors in this area. And again, it's a massive area. So, hey, so UPBs, if anyone's wondering how much these Pokemon jackets and stuff were, the jacket I think was 100 and the sweaters were like 80. Soft pretzels. Quinoa Monster. There's so many brands I had never even heard of at this convention. Now, those are replica swords. Those are not the actual metal swords. Those are cosplay swords. It's more along the lines of people with their own brand getting in there. Nothing wrong with that. If you're willing to start your own clothing brand, for sure, get into it. Cup table. There's a cup table at every con these days. Probably like 6 to 8 cup tables at a con these days. Figures on your right. BB Summer's everywhere. I just left Holiday Matsuri. They were actually there as well. And this con, they were not only upstairs in the exhibit hall, they were downstairs as well in the artist alley. Wall scrolls of your favorite anime girls, of course. Even me rewatching this, there are booths that I didn't see. That's how big this convention is. It's big enough that there are things, and no matter what you do, no matter how many times you walk it, you're going to miss it. I don't even know about. I didn't even see that brand. I did check here. They have some fire jackets. I'm not gonna lie. Always look for the booth that's like in the cut. Like the booths to me that have the best stuff at Anime Expo are usually like on the outer corners. The interior center booths are really good for displays and figures. So if you're looking for exclusive figures, you're looking for displays, you're looking for wall scrolls, couple good t-shirts and stuff like that. The booths in the center are where you go. If you're looking for other stuff like jackets, hoodies, um, hats, beanies, just anime t-shirts at a decent price, um, plushies. That's the kind of stuff you look for on the outer booths, the outer edges, the back edges, the sides, like literally the outer edges is where you find that kind of stuff. And if you guys are wondering, as of right now, we are planning to live stream our hotel experience next week on the 21st. As of right now, subject to change. Subject to change. But as of right now, I think we're gonna live stream buying the hotel and all that. Now you won't be able to see my screen because your boy gotta buy hotels. I gotta put in info. I'm not typing in over here. You know, can't do that. We walked this booth a couple times because I know somebody who likes stuff like this. So we did look at so many shorts. This is bringing back thoughts of so many different things that happen at this convention. Anime Expo is wild. There's so much shit going on. I like how my man goes out and then comes back in because he's trying to get the space to look at these booths and not walk by them. And I appreciate that. Fun fact. These, if you're a female cosplayer or you want a geisha outfit or something like that, these things right here are no bullshit 150 minimum. I'm just if you're a female cosplayer, or even if you like to if you like to trap or something, that's cool. It's on you. However you want to do it. But those things are like $200. Oh yeah, these were the instrument things. These things play music, like like Legend of Zelda stuff. So this booth has been sponsoring a lot of con stuff lately. And you'll see these at like a lot of conventions lately. Like this booth has been popping up every. Wait, was that Kinfold? Oh yeah, shout out to Kinfold. I got this jacket there. This jacket here actually came from that Kinfold booth. I live on the East Coast, so while it's like scorching hot in LA all the time or warm, it's cold over here right now. I'm always looking out for a dope hoodie or a jacket. See how much left in the exhibit hall. Might need, yeah, we can go ahead and get out the exhibit hall. All right, we're gonna get out the exhibit hall and go somewhere else so we can get through some of this video. This is downstairs. So if you come out of the exhibit hall on the right hand side and went down, this is an area they always set up that is like photo shoots. Uh, some sometimes guests will be there taking photos and willing to take photos with you. Um, Sports cars might be down there sometimes, but this still you have to go down one more level to actually get to the artist alley. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? This is the type like always talk about like yo Comic Con is dope. This is cool, bro. Anime cosplayers are crazy. Look at this thing. But when you cosplay like this, understand you ain't going nowhere. My man can't walk exhibit hall or nothing like that. Like he here. He's there for the rest of the day. And he's got to take that thing off midway with some assistance to breathe. But that's crazy. I didn't even see that. Same thing with like I thought we only saw like two hell divers, and then we realized there was an entire photo shoot later in the day that had like 60 hell divers at it. Now I am surprised he did that. He didn't go downstairs to the artist alley. Instead, he walked across the building. Huh. I'm not mad at it. I'm just surprised. So this is two different ways you could walk. The way he's walking right now, upstairs, there was an arcade and like one or two panel rooms. This is people doing photo shoots over here. But these photo shoots you have to schedule with the people before you come. This is not something that's done by Anime Expo. You have to reach out to the photographer yourself to do the photo shoots. But there were panels here. There were arcades. Downstairs below was another hallway you could walk straight across. Now this is the side that I came in on most of the time. This side is the entertainment hall side of the building. So there are panels here, but this is definitely more of the entertainment hall. And the Anime Expo merch store is usually also on this side of the building. Now, a lot of people get this confused. Anime Expo has their own merch. This isn't Goku or anything like, no. Anime Expo has their own merch store there that you can get. Is he doing the entertainment hall next? He might be doing entertainment hall. Now, I am going to skip entertainment hall. The reason I'm skipping entertainment hall is AB3 Anime has an entertainment hall video on our YouTube channel. If you would like to see what the entertainment hall looks, feel free to check out our Anime Expo vlog where we walk the entire entertainment hall. So we're gonna skip entertainment hall and we're gonna go over here because it looks like he walked the 500 level rooms next. These are rooms right above the entertainment hall. So you come up here, there is a directory, there's panel rooms. The arcade is at the very end down here. We did go visit the arcade, but just for a little while. Appreciate you guys making it through this video with me. Um, we're almost done. So that's where the arcade was. We did visit the arcade a little while. It wasn't as big. Anime Expo usually has a big gaming area, but they took a lot of the gaming stuff out of the entertainment hall this year and then put a couple arcade games upstairs. Um, I think it did. Excuse me. Hey, what up, first last? Um, I think it did a lot better when it used to be in the entertainment hall. So this is Kanata Hall. Kanata Hall is where the artist alley area is. Okay. Kanata Hall has like one area that is a little bit of space for vendors and stuff. And then the other half of that hall is going to be artist alley. So the part he's in right now is the artist alley. This area is it's long. So I'm not going to pretend with you guys. I'm tired. I don't know if we'll make it all the way through this artist alley area. I do like it, but I don't know if we'll make it all the way through. We might save this area for the next stream because I am tired. I'm getting used to these late night streams also because I've been in the gym a little bit more. I'm trying to build my stamina up to doing longer streams. First of all, your boy almost got one of these gaming chairs. They were fire, but I wasn't paying $400 for a chair. It just was not. I think now actually were they six? I think they were three or four, but they were really cool. But I think this is where we're going to pause actually because I am a little tired. I do got a couple things I need to do before I go to sleep tonight. Also, remember we are streaming tonight. We are streaming again on Thursday night. Okay, we'll be here Thursday night, 11 p.m. for another stream. Okay. The next stream, we will continue this. We'll finish it off, and we'll take a look at a couple other things, like what to expect outside of the convention, like what's in LA itself, like some food places. We'll talk about a couple parties you can go to. We'll check it out. We'll try to see if we can find the old list of what the parties were last year, because there was a person who put together the AX party spreadsheet last year of just the stuff that was happening. So we'll try to get into that stuff too next week. Well, not next week, on Thursday. So Thursday night, 11 p.m., we will be here for another stream. So come back. We'll try to do a longer stream Thursday. We'll see how it goes. Try to be a little less tired. Had a long day, started kind of early, but we're gonna try to do a long stream Thursday. I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next video, man. All right, see you guys later. Stop streaming.